Hi, I'm Phil McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine. Welcome back to all our 44,500 plus subscribers. Happy holidays to you all. Thank you for helping us make 2022 one of our best years. We appreciate all the likes, shares, comments, and the suggestions to help grow our channel. And welcome to all you new viewers here today. What I'm going to show you folks today is a 34-acre forested piece on the North Howland Road in Maxfield. This is a kind of a remote lot, but easy to get to. It's located here on this year-round maintained road. Come along with me. Let's go take a look at it together. Before we jump onto this piece of land, I'm standing here at the end of the driveway right now. We're going to offer this completely differently than we normally do for properties for sale. If you've ever tried to call us or any other company for that matter, and you saw a really nice piece of property by the time you called, somebody's already got it under contract, you didn't even get a chance to see it, let alone get an offer in on it. Well, stick around on this property. We're going to show you how we're going to offer this one by bid. And you're going to be able to know what the bids are. You're going to have time to come see it. You're going to have time to get your best bid in, so you'll have a chance to buy this nice little property. So we're here on the North Howland Road, and what I wanted to point out to you is we've got about 550 feet estimated here of frontage. The boundary lines are pretty well marked and they're flagged on each end. So if you get here to see it, you're going to see red paint and corner posts on one end. This is a paved road. It's open year round. There is no electricity at this current location, so it is an off-grid site. The driveway leaves North Howland Road near the western boundary of the property, and it travels into the land about 600 feet where it comes to a large opening that would make a nice building site. Hey, for those of you who don't get a chance to experience winter, one of the things I really enjoy is seeing what's going on in the woods. You can tell by all the tracks, and we've come along a place where it looks like a rabbit or probably a snowshoe hare or some small animal met his maker here with an owl or a hawk or something. You can see where it came in here. I don't think this was a grouse that lost his life. I think it was a hare from the looks of the track. So kind of these funny things you get to see in the woods up here in Maine. I'm in here about 600 feet now. Like I said, the driveway kind of ends here. There's a turnaround spot. We've got probably an acre, maybe an acre and a half of cleared land here. Might make a nice place for a building site. Put a camper in here if you don't really want to build anything, or start your new homestead. We're always talking about game sign, but here's a place where a fairly large deer came up. This hardwood tipped over in the last snowstorm, and you can see where the deer took advantage of it on the ground and browsed on all the buds from the top of the tree that it couldn't have reached before it tipped over. Kind of a neat little thing. You'll see that quite a lot here in Maine. I'm over here on the eastern boundary now, and I wanted to point this out to you. Historic old blazing on the trees, pretty good indication of a boundary line. This has all been flagged by the foresters, and it's painted too, so you can follow this almost in the dark. Very nice feature to have your boundaries marked. If you are the successful buyer of this property, make sure you keep this up. Paint these every so many years and you'll never lose them. The lot here in Maxfield has had a recent timber harvest. However, they left a lot of residual stand. You can see behind me some large examples of eastern white pine. We've also got a lot of beech in here, yellow birch, red maple, a few sugar maples, some ash, spruce and fir. So it's a mixed wood lot. It's got a little bit of everything on it. Now that it's opened up, this younger growth should take off and grow very rapidly. Back here halfway through the back of the lot now, and one thing I can tell you, if you have your own portable sawmill and you wanted to mill your own wood off this site, there is an ample supply of pine left behind. It's big enough that you could harvest and mill it out yourself right here on site, and that's not something we see every day, especially with land sales here in Maine. Most of the land has been timber harvested recently, but this, even though it has been, they left this beautiful residual stand of overstory pine. And like I said, if you want to build yourself a house out of it, I think you got enough wood here to do that. Well, we made it to the northeast corner of the back of the property, folks, and I apologize for breathing so hard, but I'm 4 or 5 days into a Christmas virus, as they always seem to roll around, and so is the cameraman. So we're having a great time today, working hard to bring this stuff to you. We mapped this out from tax records, and we don't have a survey plan, but this goes back to one of the old lots of the original town layout. And just to show you on my screen, if you come up here and you're looking at property with me, ask me about this software, but we are the blue dot on the screen. This is where the corner should have been, and by golly, there it is, right where we thought it would be. We're over here on the northern boundary of the lot, and I want to take a minute and talk about uses of the property. It's obviously, it can be a continued timber investment. You could convert it over to a cabin, house lot, whatever, but a lot of our people that come up here are looking for places to hunt. And normally I would say 34 acres probably wasn't big enough for a hunting lot. However, this is surrounded by company lands, hundreds if not thousands of acres right around here, pretty much undeveloped. Everywhere we have been on this property, I have seen white-tailed deer sign. We've seen one or two coyote tracks, some fox in here, snowshoe hare, squirrels, but there's fresh droppings here from whitetail. I think with a little bit of work, proper stand placement, this would be an excellent hunting lot, even though it's only 34 acres. So if you're looking for maybe an affordable hunting property, you might want to check this one out. The elevations on this property here in Maxfield vary very little, actually. They're up here at between 240 feet and 280 feet above sea level. It's a nice, gently sloping and rolling piece of land. Pretty easy to work if you wanted to try to clear some farmland. Speaking of that, that kind of brings me to the soils. We have, according to the NRCS web soil survey, excuse me, we have about 50% Stetson sandy loams and about 50% Monada Burnham. Stetson sandy is pretty good for growing things, potentially cropland, if you can find enough of it in an area. Monada Burnham, mostly good for just growing trees and wildlife habitat. Folks, we're going to continue walking out on the western boundary of the property and zigzagging through the lot and show it to you a little bit more. But while I'm stopped here for a second, hey, if you really like watching our videos, don't forget to hit that like button down there, smash that thing, subscribe to our channel. We like to know that you like watching these videos and we keep bringing them to you. So subscribe, share a comment down below. If you got any suggestions how we can make things better, let us know. I want to stop here in the woods and talk about the location here real quick. The town of Maxfield, Maine is located in western Penobscot County, centrally located in the county, right up against the Piscataquis County line. This is a really small town split by the Piscataquis River. There's only 89 residents, and most of those live on the other side of the river. So this is really quiet over here, almost no road traffic at all. The service towns that would be closest to here are Milo to the west, about 14 miles, grocery stores and small shops and things to get your necessities, hardware. Howland is about 7 miles to the east. Gas station, small groceries there as well. Your closest large city of any size would be Bangor, which isn't far away. It's about 41 miles and about a 40-minute drive right from here. Most of that's going to be over I-95. Larger cities from here would be Portland at 169 miles and about a 2-hour and 30-minute ride. And the city of Boston, Massachusetts is about 275 miles, 4¼ hours, depending on traffic, could be a little more, a little less. Those cities like Portland, all kinds of restaurants and chain stores, and you can be there from this location, like I said, in about 2½ hours. What can you do over here in this part of the state of Maine? Well, this is a great central location that you can day trip out of to a whole bunch of different activities. Bar Harbor, everybody out there knows Bar Harbor. You've seen Acadia National Park on TV. That's about a 2-hour ride from here. Mount Katahdin, Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument, an hour and a half north of here. The Piscataquis River is across the street. There are landings near Milo, up and down this road, down in Howland. We've got the Penobscot River 7 miles from here. Coldstream Pond, one of central Maine's largest and coldest lakes, and clear. That's about a 20-minute ride from this location. Schoodic Lake, 7,000 acre lake, almost 200 feet deep, one of Maine's nicest, cleanest, Great lake for boating, great lake for fishing. What else can you do from here? Well, the North Howland Road is actually an ATV access trail, so you can ride your ATV off this property onto the paved road, believe it or not, and drive down the road several miles until you find the trailhead for the ATV trail, and those trails go all over the county. Snowmobile trails aren't real close to here. You would have to trailer to either Howland or Milo and drop at a public location in order to ride your snowmobiles, unless you want to do some off-trail riding out here in the woods. Well, I made it back to the road out here in Maxfield, and before we wrap up the video with the terms of this property, let me tell you how to get your bid in. You're going to go to highbid.com, and you'll see a QR code here on the screen. There'll be a URL address down in the description of this video. For those of you that don't know how to get that, please give us a call at 800-286-6164. Ask for me or our auctioneer Morgan, and we will walk you through the bid process. The bidding will be good through February 1st, 2023, and bids will close at 2 p.m. If you'll see all the terms in the bid package, call us for a property information package. And if you want to come up here and look at it, give us a call at the same phone number, and I'd be happy to show this to you prior to the closing of the bidding. Let's recap the highlights of this property. We've got 34 plus or minus acres, according to the town of Maxfield, approximately 550 feet out here on North Howland Road. We've got elevations from 240 to 280 feet. We've got some decent soils. We've got some residual stands of timber. Some of it's big enough to make your cabin or your house out of. Taxes on this property are an unbelievably high $97.18 for 2022. If you need more information, like I said, give us a call. Make sure you get your bids in early and keep an eye on them. You can always up them if you want to. Talk to you soon.